Today we have with us Ray Brazier. He's been a physical therapist with Applegate for the past 20 years. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, great. Yeah, thank you. I love talking about physical therapy, and I love talking about Applegate. They're two of my favorite subjects.
Perfect. The purpose of this video is to highlight your career and the time that you spent with Applegate. So let's get right into it. So what inspired you to get into the healthcare industry?
Oh, wow, that could be a long story, but I'll try to make it short. I actually started out in wildlife management at Utah State University, but I found out that there weren't very many jobs available. I was married, we wanted to have kids, so I started looking around, and I ended up talking to my family physician, and he said, well, physical therapy. And I thought, therapy? That's psychiatry. So I said, no, Ray, go up to LDS Hospital in Salt Lake and talk to Marlon Shields. He was the chief therapist, and I became a volunteer. This was in 1972, and I was the first young male volunteer at LDS Hospital. They were so worried that maybe I was a little not thinking right, that I had to take psychological tests in the Department of Personnel at LDS Hospital. And once I passed that, I was the volunteer in the PT department.
No
and
way.
Yeah, so that got me started in therapy. I found I enjoyed it. And so that I then went on to University of Utah, graduated in 1975. So I got my license in physical therapy in the state of Utah in 1975.
And that was a little bit before my time.
Yes, sir.
So how did you find Applegate, or how did they find you?
Well, I moved to St. George about 20 years ago, and I was working for a company called Mountain Land Rehabilitation, and they contracted with 5 home health agencies here in the St. George area, and one of them was Applegate. And after about 3 years of doing that, I really wanted to work for just one agency, and it worked out where Applegate was actually my favorite and the one I really wanted to work with. They offered me an opportunity, and I jumped on it.
So why did Applegate stand out? Why were they your favorite?
I think the biggest reason is they live their mission statement. I'm going to show it to you if that's okay.
Yeah, that's great.
And I don't know that you can read it, but I'm just going to read you the first line.
Okay.
Okay. It says, "It is our belief that we will be better leaders, better managers, and happier people if we are free to focus on our attentions on the quality of our service, satisfaction of our customers, our patients, our physicians, and the acknowledgement and fair treatment of our staff instead of the company's profitability." That's a mouthful, but I found that Applegate was living those values and that mission. And I've never been disappointed in the 20 years that I've been with Applegate. They've just been an awesome company.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. Ray, can you share a little bit about the team here at Applegate?
It is total teamwork here. As a therapist, I would depend on nurses. When I had a concern with a patient, like, for example, high blood pressure, when I go to visit that person and I'm checking their vital signs and the pressure's too high, boom, I call the nurse manager. And we talk it over. Sometimes one of us will call the doctor as needed. Not only that, but when I had questions about medication, right to the nurse. And we have a lot of great nurses that have been nursing for more than just a few years. They've been in professional nursing for several of them for decades. And so they have all this great experience I can draw upon. But then we also have occupational therapists. And sometimes I would team up with the occupational therapist, and we would do a higher, more intense level of exercise and balance training for the patient. And it was a team. That also, our speech therapist, that's a different bailiwick, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still, we would talk about how are things going with the patient, not only for me, but for the OT, the occupational therapist, and for the speech therapist and the nurse. The other really, really important part of our team are the certified nursing assistants, or CNAs. And honestly, those are the people that the patients are happy to see, because they don't make them exercise, they don't yap at them about their medication or are you drinking water. They're the nice ones that help them groom and get dressed and shower. And the patients love our CNAs. And oftentimes, if they see a high blood pressure, boom, they call the nurse. Again, teamwork. If they have concerns about the patient's endurance during the shower or bathing situation, they notify the therapist and the nurse. The teamwork has been amazing here at Applegate. And mind you, I've been around for 5 decades, 6 decades, egads. So I know when you have teamwork and when you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And Applegate has been supreme with their teamwork.
Thank you so much, Ray.
Oh, you bet. Thank you.